With the rhythm that you guys had to start this game in that first, what was working so well and kind of what turned for you guys as a group?
I think, first of all, the energy was out of the roof. And I think obviously because the shots were falling in. Now I did a crazy stretch, you know, in maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes, right? 4 threes, if I'm not wrong. And the bench was super active. We were super hyped. And I think that was the key for our start.
What was the biggest difference after that allowed the Pistons to gain the momentum back?
I think, well, we punched them, and that's what Jordy was kind of talking about. You know, we punched them, and they're the team that's going to answer no matter what. And we just had to keep trying to punch. And I felt like our energy was kind of getting lower at some point. And this is something we got to execute better next games, just really trying to maintain that energy level that we start with and, you know, trying to finish with the same energy.
How similar or different are your pick and roll reads and where shooters are spaced on the floor this year compared to last year at BYU? How similar is the diagramming?
Well, there's a lot of similar principles. Obviously, Coach Young brought from NBA, right, and a lot of teams playing kind of the same principles, as I said. But here, obviously, we have so much more cutting. We have, you know, Canada cuts, wheel, all this stuff that we call. At BYU, it was more of just a space out, right, and pick and roll, trying to understand what coverage defense is playing against us, and depending on that coverage, we would, you know, kind of adapt our offense into it. Which again, I'm not trying to say something is good, something is bad. It's just a little different. But you know, for me, it's really important to you know, not just get used to it, but really understand how I can affect the game in a good way, you know, understanding the game plan from Jordy and the principles that we do and the principles that we practice every day, pretty much.
Did you find it easier to get into a rhythm as a facilitator starting versus coming off the bench?
I don't think it's something that should affect me a lot. You know, sometimes it's even easier to get into the rhythm from the bench because you already see what the defense look like and, you know, who's in the court and where the weak spots in defense are and things like this. But, you know, I was locked in today and really trying to anticipate my affection on the game and my impact, as I do always, as I try to do always. But, you know, obviously, again, today was better. You know, yesterday was worse. Nobody knows how it's going to be tomorrow. And, you know, there's no perfect days. So today was good, and hopefully I can maintain that level of awareness.
Egor, there at the end of the first half, you kind of had the 2 tough shots. Jordy pulled you aside to talk with you afterward. I don't really want to know what that conversation was, but like just kind of what has it been like with him, you know, and kind of his ability to clearly get points across? It seems like a lot of players have mentioned that, but like how has that relationship been with you guys where he's kind of very willing and quickly to point stuff out to you?
I think it's great. You know, I think it's really good for everybody, not just me, but the whole group in general, knowing that Jordy's really trying to help us, right, and help the group. And he's super open to communicate and tell us what exactly he wants from us, and not just the group, but each of us, right, as a personnel. And, you know, for me, it's important to hear some advices from him during the game, before the game, after the game, things like this. So I think it's really cool.